Hey everyone, welcome back for another video. My name is Tanya for those of you that are new here, and I am a watercolor artist. I'm going to be trying to bring to you a watercolor tutorial every week. So today's watercolor, I wanted to be really easy but also colorful. It is a really snowy day out there and I wanted to bring a little color into the house. So I'm going to be painting for you evergreens, rainbow evergreens. So I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so I have my Arches watercolor paper. I have my 2 cups of water, one for cool colors, one for warm colors. I've got several different Grumbacher paintbrushes here. I have a 1/2 inch wash brush, and I have a size 0, and I believe this is a 2. And then I also have my Winsor Newton watercolors. And I'm not really gonna tell you what colors I'm using because I don't really want you to get stuck on that. Just use any colors that you have. All right, so we're gonna be doing a really easy, quick painting today. It's just going to be of winter trees, but it's actually going to be kind of like rainbow trees because I feel this time of the year you need a little color in your life because everything is really white outside right now. So we're going to be doing colorful pine trees. All right, so go ahead and get whatever color you want wet, and I'm going to be doing a red first. Oh, and actually, you know what I want you to do first is take your larger brush and I want you to wet a certain section. So there's going to be like a horizon line here where the trees meet the water. And I want you to go ahead and get that wet. So not your whole paper, but just kind of where the water would be. Because it's going to be the pine trees and then the reflection on the water. And this doesn't have to be the whole page. It could just be a quick, simple little painting. It doesn't have to be big. So I'm not going to do my whole page here. All right, and then you're going to go ahead and pick up your paint, and I'm going to start with my red first. Draw a line where you want the trunk of your tree, and then go down into the water where it's going to start bleeding off. And you can make little strokes back and forth like a pine tree. It's kind of, pine trees are kind of a triangle shape, so it's going to be a little bit more narrow at the top and a little bit thicker towards the bottom here. And go ahead and leave some white space in between your branches. You can have your branches go up, you can have your branches go down. Just make sure you've got enough paint on your brush. And you can make it a little bit thicker as you get down towards the water. Just because you want a good amount to bleed into that water. So it looks like it's the reflection of the tree in the water. So see how that's bleeding nicely? That's why we got our page wet first. So you don't want to get your whole page wet because you want this part of the tree to be nice and crisp, whereas this part is going to be the water and it's going to be the reflection, so it's going to be more blended in with each other. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pick up a orange, and you can make your trees all different lengths. Like this one I'm going to have a little higher, this one I'm going to have a little lower. It just gives it a little bit more interest rather than your trees being all the same size going across your page. And then here again, make sure you have enough paint when you reach your water, and you can kind of come down into your water. Let it bleed nicely. You can help it along. If it's not bleeding as nicely as you wanted it to, you can always help it along a little bit. And let's go ahead and pick up a green. This tree I'm going to do a little bit taller. I'm going to come down into my water. You can blend it in a little bit. If your water's starting to dry out down here, you can always re-wet it. And then come in and make your tree. And you can be really shaky with your leaves. Or not leaves, with your branches at this point. You don't want them to all be nice and smooth and straight across. You want them to be shaky, uneven, because it is Mother Nature. You want it to look a little bit more realistic. And just keep an eye on that triangle shape, so that you know that you're getting, you don't have to get that much bigger towards the bottom, but you definitely want it to have that triangle shape to it. And we can always come in and add more later. Now I'm gonna go ahead and re-wet my page on this side just because I see that it's drying a little bit on me here. I'm gonna come in with a blue. Let's make this tree a little bit shorter. And let that bleed into your water there. And again, you can help it along if you want to. Kind of keep that triangle shape going. Yeah, it's snowing outside right now and it's gorgeous. I love the snow, I love winter. And I love white, because if you watch my other videos on how to refinish furniture, I usually do white and gray furniture, so I love white, but this time of year you just need a little color in your life. So everything's really gray and white outside right now. So I figured we would make some easy little pine trees, but colorful ones. All right, go ahead and pick up another color. I'm gonna do a yellow. And let's see, this one will be a little bit larger. I'm already liking the way that feels. Now I've tried this painting on different papers, Canson paper and then another generic paper, I don't even remember the name. It wasn't bleeding as nicely for me into the water. It really depends on what kind of paper you're using. Arches, to me, is one of the better quality papers out there. I know that there's a lot, but I use the Arches and it just bleeds really, really nicely. So if you're not getting that nice gradation of the bleeding in your water here, it could be your paper. So just keep an eye on that. If you're not getting this effect that I'm getting, it could just be your paper. All right, help that along a little bit. And let's go ahead and get this side of our paper wet again. And I think I will do the blue over here. Another little blue one. And you can make these as thick as you want. Your branches, you can make them, you know, thicker, thinner, short, tall. And just make sure that you have enough paint when you come down to the water here. Because you want the reflection to really be nice and vibrant, more towards where the tree and the water meet. It's going to be a little bit more vibrant, and then it's going to just start bleeding off down this way. Pretty. All right, let's do a purple. I didn't do a purple yet. And again, I'm not telling you really what colors I'm using here because it doesn't really matter. Just use whatever. If you wanted them all different shades of blue, that would be really pretty. All different shades of green. You could do the rainbow like I'm doing. And it doesn't have to be pine trees. It's just that pine trees are pretty easy to paint. So I just wanted a easy painting for you today. And here again, you can help it along a little bit if you want to. And then let's go ahead and do another tree over here. And if you think that you don't have enough water, here again, just add a little bit more water. And let's go ahead and do another yellow tree. And then this one I'm going to have be a little bit taller. Sorry if you hear that in the background, that's my little dog. His nails need to be trimmed. I actually should be taking him to the vet today to get his nails trimmed. And just make sure you've got enough paint as you come down into the water again. So you can keep going across this whole page if you want to. And then if it's not connecting nicely here, just you can add a little bit more color if you want to. Let's add a little more purple on this one. And then what you can also do is take your wash brush again, and you can kind of come in and just kind of blend them in, but not too much because then you're going to get really muddied colors and you don't want muddied colors. So help this one come across a little bit here. Dab it in my yellow, maybe come across there a little bit. A little too much yellow. And then where the yellow and the blue meet, it's going to make a little bit of a green. There you go. And you can drag these far down as much as you want to, but I'm not going to go that far. I just wanted it to be a little bit of a reflection, just like that. And if you wanted to make a blue sky, you can definitely go ahead and put a blue sky, whatever you want. Wait till these dry and kind of go around your trees a little bit because you don't want the blue and your colors to meet because then it's going to start blending into each other. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do another green tree right here. I think it needs just one more tree right here. And then I already mopped up my water, so I'm just going to go ahead and get this little section wet and bring down my green. There. And then if you wanted to make some of your trees touching like that, overlapping, you can. And if you think that you want some of your trees to be a little bit more vibrant, then just wait till it dries and go over it again. And you can make parts of your trees a little bit more vibrant, or if you want it to be a little bit taller, you can make it a little taller at this point. And you know what? I want a tree peeking out in the back there. So let's do another green one back here. There. And then you can have some of your green come down also. Blend that in a little bit. So I think this looks better the more you fill it, actually. I'm just going to keep going because I'm having a good time. So I'm going to put another red one back here. So you can keep adding as many as you want. And now this tree is going to be kind of behind the other one, so not as much is going to be showing through. Just maybe a little bit peeking through each branch. And then a little bit of red coming down again. Because he's actually behind the other trees, so he's not going to have that much peeking through. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and add a Payne's Gray one. Let's see what that looks like. Right here. And again, it's going to be kind of behind the other ones, so it's not really going to be peeking through that much. And then just bring a little bit of your Payne's Gray down. And if you think it's too linear like that, just take a clean brush and just kind of bleed it out a little bit. I like that Payne's Gray in there, so I'm going to add another one. Let's do another one right here. Now the trees that are behind, you're not going to see as much. You could actually even blend them out a little bit if you want to. They don't have to be as crisp. So just take a little bit of water and maybe blend it out a little bit. think it needs one more right there. So let's do another Payne's gray. I'll do a little one. Now this one had a little bit more room, so you're going to see more of the tree on this one. Wash off your brush, bring it down a little bit. That is so pretty. So you could just keep going on and on and on. I'm going to crispen this up a little bit more. That's really pretty. So I'm going to go one more time down towards the bottom here and just blend them together. You could help it along a little bit if you want to. I think it needs a little bit more red down here. So that's another thing you could do, is you can play around with even the reflection a little bit too. Bring it down a little bit. Really pretty. And then when this dries, if you wanted to go over it with some ink, you can go over it with a little bit of ink. Let's see, this tree might be dry. So if you want to come in and just kind of crispen up some of your lines a little bit with like a broken line, you could do that too. You don't have to do this part if you don't like it, but if you wanted to add a little bit more definition, you could do that, and then just put like a little line coming down like where the horizon line would be. That, and then just with a broken line do the trunk, do the branches, a really shaky hand. So you could just, you don't have to do all the trees, but maybe just a few of them. Just to give it a little bit more detail. There you go. So there she is, just a quick and simple little painting. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it and learned a little something. And if you did like it, please give me a thumbs up, and you can also comment in the comment section. And if you'd like more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.